Yeah, I'm a fact finder and I'll remind you, believe when I say I researched this all day, but we a two-sided pod. You need to rebut all I say with all of your ragings. Tell me why I've got red hair and ginger pubes. Tell me why you bitch and moan, it's all you do. Now it's time to get drunk and go on stereo. That's the two-sided way.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, I could hear it a little better that time.
Better.
I'm telling you. Some things just don't get old, John. Some things just don't get old. Oh, man. God damn. Look at you. You in prison?
My own, some call it a mind palace. I call it a mind prison.
Right? Well, it's only about how much time you're doing. Is it hard time? Are you in solitary? No, I keep getting assaulted in the yard. This is bullshit. My mind prison is aggressively against me.
So how are you doing? Yeah.
Oh, how am I doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing just dandy. You know, it's another beautiful Thursday, Friday for my friends down under and across the pond. So it's hard to say, you know, maybe I won't be doing so good tomorrow or Saturday in their terms, but in the moment, live in the now. Yeah, today's good. One day of work left. I feel like I might be coming down with something, so I'm not sure if I have one day of work left. Today was payday, so it's all about cake and candy and blowing it all on fun rides in the town square. So, it's a good day. It's a good day. External influences making me feel good internally.
Hey! I resonate with that remark.
I resemble that remark. Hey.
Yep. And on that note, let's get started. Well, howdy.
Even though we're already talking, you still insist on starting with howdy.
I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York. This is my boy Pete out in Southern California, and you're listening to Two-Sided, where every episode I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
And I take that challenge and I retort, John. Nay, I aggressively retort and say I will accept. And I challenge you to accept that I am right and you are wrong. That is the two sides, the me and the you, John. Continue.
Well, we got a bit to talk about today, so we can jump right in. Now that we know that both of us are a little bit happier due to external circumstances, let's jump right into our first lightning round.
Come on, feel the sound. It's a lightning round. Everybody come down. Wow. Let's do this.
As always, our first lightning round of the evening is a standard Q&A. Are you ready for the first lightning round there, my boy Pete?
Oh, come on, buddy. Get me. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
City or country?
Country.
Big city or small town?
How small? Because, yeah, it has to be real small. Otherwise, I go big city. If I have to live with people, I'd rather live in a big city. If there's just a
Let's say urban or rural. Let's cut out the suburban.
Okay. Yeah, I'd go rural.
Okay. For country with utilities or backwoods?
Ooh. Backwoods is a lot better for writing your manifesto.
That is correct.
I've had my eye on a log cabin, and I have a list of people who I need to get even with. So I think there's that going for me. But also, I do like electricity. I do like lights, and I want electricity because I have to have some sort of something so I can watch my TVs. Pop, Daddy likes the stories.
So you'd actually need to be close enough for some kind of data, some kind of signal, right?
Oh no! But if you're running a power line, anytime you have a power line, you could run a generator. And
I mean, for your TVs, like to stream anything, you need to be somewhere on the the 5G network or whatever.
No, you wouldn't have to do that. You can go get your internet satellite link, get a thing, put one of those big ass satellite dishes out, invest in one of those. Old school, right? Don't let the beavers get at it. That whole thing,
right?
or you know what? Or screw that. You get the old VCR, you bring your VHS tapes, and he's like, we're just watching all of our favorite VHSs. Why don't we bring DVDs? No, because we're in the woods and we don't believe in new school stuff.
At my family place down in Mexico, we have a one that only plays VHS, and so we've since taken down over the years all of the VHS, and there's just this huge library down there
and it's cool shit that you can't even find a lot of times on that they won't release on Blu-ray or DVD, and like streaming, it'll be on some weird ass platform or something. Like a lot of times you can't find stuff; they don't re-release them. So VHS. Yep, I'd go country. I'd have a country with power, rural, but then I'd have a vacation home cabin in the woods where things get too much, and I go take my woes out on my manual typewriter in my cabin.
That's right. Would you have a septic tank, or would you just go into the woods?
No, septic tank.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be that hardcore, and especially if it's cold, if it's raining, if there's animals out there. Like, no, you gotta.
Oh, they smell that stuff. That brings them around.
Well, doesn't even that's not anything. It's like I gotta walk outside somewhere and go squat somewhere. And oh, hello, Mr. Wolverine. Yes, my pants are down. Could you give me a moment? It doesn't work like that.
That's why dogs always look at you when they're doing their business, because it's the most vulnerable they ever are, and they're making sure that you got their back.
Well, I make sure anytime I see a dog peeing anywhere, I run up and stare in the eyes. Take his ooh. What are you doing? Like making friends, telling them who's boss. This is what they don't show you in the outtakes of the Caesar Milan video. Is always make eye contact with the dog when they're shitting. Any dog, because that is how they show dominance. I train dogs.
That's correct.
And rehabilitate dogs. I train people.
Final question. Would you rather hunt in the jungle or the concrete jungle?
Ooh, I'd rather hunt in the concrete jungle because I don't believe in hunting, and I would forage in the jungle because I don't like the idea of I'll do it if you have to be out there, but the idea of which would you want to? No. Concrete jungle, like, hey man, it's all about going hunting and hustling. I can do that. I know how that game works.
That is correct. All right, man. See, hey, that was one of the quicker lightning rounds we've had.
Yeah, we're doing really good in lightning rounds. Let's do a shot.
And we definitely need to do a shot before going into our serious round. All right. Our next segment, yes. Cheers to you, Pete.
Cheers, brother.
It was a pleasure.
Most of the time it is.
I know we say these offline, but I just like talking to you. I've just been enjoying myself. I look forward to these Thursday shows.
No, I look forward to them too. Like, it's a lot better than talking to you during the week, and I like it's more structured and you're not wandering. It's just perfect. And also, I have this time blocked out where you're not interrupting my TV time.
Right.
In the middle of a show. How dare you, John? But yeah, I'm a big fan of these talks.
Great. Keep that in mind as we go into our first segment of the night, which is the big lie and its varied meanings.
Well, John, the big lie, as I know it, is that I'm not adopted. I'm very, very sure. Like, I'm pretty sure. And I bring that up at every Christmas. I'm like, you guys, come on. Nope. So that's my interpretation. Yeah. Also, I can't think of a good other big lie that's not self-deprecating or not hurtful in some way, shape, or form. Nope. And this is a very positive show. We're keeping all the good things in mind. So adoption. Yep. Big lie. I'm a big fan of all of my whole choices in life. Love them all. I haven't made one mistake. Not a one. Those are my two big lies. So those are my interpretations. I don't know what you're getting at. Like, I'm sure you're going to explain to me, and I'll feel like a dumbass. But I can't wait until then, because that'll be my next big lie. Where I say, I don't feel like a dumbass.
The big lie is the smile on your face every day.
Right? No, it's me waking up out of bed. That's it. Oh, here we go again. Time to make the donuts. God damn it! There's no donuts. Why do I keep getting up? It's a metaphor for doing all the shit you don't want to do. Yeah, I'd rather have donuts. Thank you very much.
Well, when Yale professor of history, author, and New York Times editorialist Timothy Snyder wrote in his Times essay, The American Abyss, he did not know that attaching the phrase the big lie to the actions of the ex-pres before, during, and after the 2020 election would become a soundbite that has many different meanings, depending on who's using it. So this article was published on January 9th of 2021, and much of it was looking at the public statements of the ex-pres and other government officials that possibly affected many who showed up at the U.S. Capitol 3 days prior. Snyder, who has written books of history on political atrocity, which include Bloodlands, Black Earth, and On Tyranny, which is a look at America's turn towards authoritarianism, has spent several paragraphs in this article, in this essay of his in the Times, looking at what lies do when used politically, both historically and looking directly at the ex-pres. So, because of that, I want to start with a quick little excerpt from the article.
Jokey artichoke. I'm trusting your footing here. A lot of my accents that are hilarious are off limits and out of bounds because they're too polarizing. But you take this one in the serious segment, you run with it. We'll see who polarizes who. All right, continue.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm just saying we're of the same mind. I'm just like, I'm not sure you have like a lead fist in a velvet glove. Like, you're very like, oh, here's my nice words, but you're giving like, Jesus Christ, John, I don't know how to make these jokes. Okay, continue. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. And all I'm saying is he's the one who coined the phrase on January 9th when attached to the 2020 election. And I don't believe anyone could have known how much that phrase has been used on both sides for very different reasons. And so, I'm not saying anything else. Yeah, the phrase, the big lie.
You're reporting. Okay. Walk that line, John. I feel like that's a big lie. Walk that line.
And I think it's a symptom of me feeling so good. I haven't been feeling up to the more challenging segments like this for a number of months, and I was like, I don't want to deal with it. I'm like, all right, I feel great. Let's tackle this one. All right. Oh.
No, I feel like you got too much joy in your life, and you're too squirrely now. I feel like the falafel man needs to beat you down next time you go. Like, no falafel for you. Like something has to go wrong in your life, because this is not leading to a good segment. I feel like we're gonna. Hey, remember how we had 6 fans before? Yeah, now we have 3. John, we gotta keep it open, baby. Come on, baby. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. So this is what he said, and it's used both sides, and I'm just reading articles. Here we go.
Okay. The ex-pres has presented himself as the single source of truth. He has used the term fake news, which echoes lying press of Germany in the 30s, and also has called reporters the enemy of the people, and has tried to switch it from media to social media with his Twitter accounts before he was banned. Looking at that, the article says, for most of these were small lies, and their main effects were, their main effect was cumulative. Once such a personal authority was established, I'm the single source of truth, the president could treat everyone else as liars. Yet, so long as he is unable to enforce some truly big lies, some fantasy that created an alternate reality where people could live and die, his pre-fascism fell short of the thing. And it's the big lie of. Okay, I'll just read the article.
No, just read the article, man.
Yeah.
Let's just read that.
Some of his lies, admittedly medium-sized, that he was a successful businessman, that Russia did not support him in 2016, that Barack Obama was born in Kenya. But such claims were not quite big lies. They stretched but did not rend what Hannah Arendt called the fabric of factuality.
Right. It's just I didn't break the law. I bent the law. I didn't lie. I merely fibbed. I over-exaggerated. I under-exaggerated. And if there was, and his whole thing, well, a lot of people are saying. So when you have the amount of people following you from your universities that have closed, from all of your steaks that you've sold to customers who are happy with your steaks and your wine, for all those people following you who have become an apprentice, who have been fired, all of those great people who follow you, when you say something, it means something. So when you say, yeah, I didn't say, a lot of people are saying, and they all hear you say that, and they say, well, I heard him say. And that is a lot of people. And then it's just like it's a lot like, John, it's a lot like the Rick and Morty episode when they do the high stuff. Have you seen that one?
Maybe.
Rick Sanchez, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
Right.
That one?
Yeah.
So when the first person gets in line and they're all waiting in line for HeistCon, and it shows how they're getting infected in the line. It's like, you're needed for a thing. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. And it just keeps, everyone who gets infected is like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in. And that's how they all, it's just one person gets that, and there's like, well, these people said it, and those people get those people. It's if they could sell Mary Kay, if he would start selling Mary Kay, he'd be at the top of that pyramid. It's a whole pyramid thing. It's beautiful. It's great. It's brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. And so getting to what the article is about, in November 2020, reaching millions of lonely minds through the social media, the ex-pres told a lie that was dangerously ambitious, that he had won an election that in fact he had lost. This lie was big enough in every pertinent respect, not as big as Jews run the world, quote unquote, perpetuated by the Nazis, but big enough. And that's the end of that section of the article, and that's where he first brings in that section. That's where he first brings in that this was the big lie. He was talking about lies a bit before, right? The medium lies and small lies that he was telling, and people had told in the past, and then it goes into that, right? So many who did not believe ex-pres's narrative cited, quote unquote, the big lie, essentially the way it was used in the article. The big lie to them was that the ex-pres essentially started and others in his corner perpetuated, which was that there could have been major fraud and or corruption in the 2020 election that erased a supposed win of his and gave it to his opponent. They used. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, keep going. No, if you're reading the article, keep reading the article. If you're talking, I will interrupt you.
No, that's me. That's me. Go for it.
Oh, then that's just you. Then shut the fuck up, John. It is. No, I adore you. Like, I know this is serious, but I'm like, oh, baby Jesus, how do I make jokes about this? It's the same thing of like all of the reasoning of how their big lie was. Well, how could I have lost? I had the most votes of any sitting president. Yeah, but he had more. And okay, well, what about this? It's the same thing as like you look at the Super Bowl coming up. Okay, look, and here's the or last year, here's the fucking Chiefs and the Falcons. The Falcons win, and they're like, well,
Buccaneers,
no,
but yeah, right.
Buccaneers. Sorry, Buccaneers win. It's like, oh, whoa, I want to recount. Hold on, that was a fraud. They didn't win. But the score says this is the score. Well, I've made the most points of any away team ever. So how could I lose? It's just that. Okay, but it's like arguing with the logic, but the way it's just amazing. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Like, but fuck me, man. It's brilliant.
Going back to the article and what the proponents of this version of the big lie, of definition of the big lie, the claim was not only wrong, but it was also made in bad faith amid unreliable sources. It challenged not just evidence but logic. How could and why would an election have been rigged against a Republican president, but not against Republican senators and representatives? So it just became quite absurd looking into it. And then when there was the due diligence of, and this is now me talking, the due diligence of them looking into each state, so many independent sources came back and said this was the safest election, U.S. election to date.
Right. And a lot of it, unfortunately, that it was a whole other big thing is because a lot of it was mail in and there was so much work done ahead of time in all the states that could, because they changed. And that was all these, well, you can't change the rules of an election right now. And how can you, because we're on a fucking lockdown. Like,
right. It's an emergency.
Yeah. It just, so you either postpone the entire election or you change the rules so you can vote from home, which is truly what you need to be doing now. I can order goddamn groceries from home. I can get weed delivered to my house. They'll come to my door and hand it to me. I don't need to go anywhere to vote. Come on, America, get with the system.
No, it's the red tape. It literally is where red tape comes from, is the bureaucracy of government. And then they trickled it down to all other forms of, corporate or school bureaucracy. But literally it's, we don't know.
Well, it's not even that we don't know. It's a lot of their shit is they want to cover so many bases and cover so many butts that they have these in triplicate, and like, we have to do this and you have to do 17 forms and file this, and what about this, and you have this amendment to this, and like, it's ridiculous. I'll work with a lot of government contracts, and state contracts are bad, but federal contracts, and it's the most ridiculous thing because it's ass backwards, and then it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
So, quoting NPR from a segment aired on the 3rd of January this year, 2022, quote, a new NPR poll finds that 64% of Americans believe U.S. democracy is, quote, in crisis and at risk of failing, end quote. That sentiment is felt most acutely by Republicans. 2/3 of the GOP respondents agreed with the verifiably false claim that voter fraud helped Joe Biden win the 2020 election. A key pillar of the, quote, big lie, that election was stolen from the former President Trump. And now we're hearing where the next version of the big lie is coming. Fewer than half Republicans say they are willing to accept the results of the 2020 election, a number that has remained virtually unchanged since we asked the same question last January. End quote of that NPR segment.
All right. Well, I was going to go on a limb and say I think that 99% of the people who listen to those numbers think it's fake, but at least 50% think that you're right on. What? Add it up, baby.
It's all there. It's all there. Trust me.
Trust me. Look, I carried the one. Also, we're inverted. We were using the metric system. We were not using. Also, it was definitely Celsius, and you're thinking Fahrenheit, and I'm fucking with that. I'm all Celsius, baby.
It was a metric ton, not a U.S. ton.
Right. I mean, it was. Yeah. It was more. Well, actually, a pound, and I mean a pound sterling, not the old American weight. I mean a silver metric of payment that we got for our metric ton. Yes.
Right.
Cheerio. Good day. Goddamn the metric system. Okay, continue. We're there.
Which brings us to the other side, as the ex-pres quickly used an old trick of his and took the phrase for his own, turning it on his opponents who had originally coined it. So very much like fake news, right? The big lie to him was a major conspiracy of voting fraud that was enacted by thousands across the U.S., especially in swing states, to force him to unfairly to lose an election he otherwise would have won.
Strangely enough, most of those ones are also the leading swinger states. So if you're on a vacation with your lovey-dovey and want to get down and dirty, make sure you make it out to Michigan, Arizona,
Georgia,
and Pennsylvania. Come on down. Get with thee. We have butter churning, barn racing, and then wife swapping. It fits right in. Come on down. I feel like that was anyway. Continue. Swing states.
So I'm going to quote. Yeah, right. Before I get to the next part, which is more of their feeling today of what the big lie is. It's a new one. Let's talk more about that, because this is something that we've just been hearing in the news quite frequently, right? That there were accounts of 40,000 mail-in ballots somehow just being dropped off in New York. We heard a lot of this early on and moving forward.
Right. Yeah, no, but now, bro, and because I've been following this shit for so long, like since last year, and lately now the more, because it was so disproven, all this stuff during the time, like it was, and I felt confident that it got more.
Republican-led inquisitions, independent-led inquisitions, all came up with
all
the same
of them
result.
failed. All the all the court filings, all the things were
the retallying of the votes 4 times in Arizona.
All of them, right? And I'm with you. I'm all right, I get it. And now at this point, and now all these things well, also this happened. Also, Giuliani tried to seize the voting brute things in Georgia right after the election, and this and that. There's all these things that are coming out. To me, I feel like a goddamn mother in line in a grocery store with 2 screaming kids in her cart, and I'm just reading the Inquirer because I'm oblivious to this noise, and everyone else is like, "Are you hearing it?" I'm like, "I've heard it for so long." Right. Did you see that boy found a lover? Oh my God! I hope they make it. In this world, who knows? Go on. That's how I feel, baby. I don't know, but yeah, no, there's a lot here. So continue. Yeah, the big lie is that I care anymore. Continue.
Right. Yeah. And it's hard to keep up. It's hard to care. It's hard to turn it to keep it as not white noise.
Right. Exactly. Because that's so important. Because that's the long game, baby. That's the long con. If they can wear you out, it's just like a little drip of water can eventually break a stone down, because it's incessant dripping. So if you turn this white noise of this bullshit and we all turn it out, and I'm guilty of it. I just because now that we're talking the big lie, I've heard it everywhere, but to me it was like, what have I lied about lately? That wasn't a big one. Of course I said I watered the plants. Fuck those plants. No, but seriously, I love my plants. But man, that's a tough one, John. It's a tough one, because the more you engage, the more it kind of sucks your soul away. But the less you engage, the more your soul gets sucked away by the world around you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
So the newest.
Keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna pour. I just want you to know what I'm doing. I'm gonna pour a shot and pack a bowl and get ready for this segment to end. I'm gonna make some jokes and think about things, but I'm preparing today, Junior, for the end.
In a recent article in The Hill, written by Jonathan Turley, who is a professor of public interest law at George Washington University, quote, after the 2020 election, some of us expressed skepticism over the claims of widespread fraud, but waited to see evidence presented in court. That evidence never materialized, and while I predicted an effort to change the electoral votes 2 days after the election, I wrote that calls to challenge the certification of election were unfounded, factually and legally. So this person is trying to say, I didn't believe that there was fraud back then. Continuing. Now, it is Democrats and some in the media who are declaring a plot to steal the 2024 election due to electoral changes in red states. The changes are being used as an excuse to federalize elections in the United States, an area that has largely been left to the states. Biden's embrace of rage politics has fueled the hysteria surrounding these laws.
Rage politics? Does that mean I can run for office? Fuck yeah, John! Woo! All right, it's a pipe dream, baby.
I'd vote for your rage. I would vote for your rage. I wouldn't necessarily vote for you, but I would vote for your rage.
I need to be the presidential interpreter, like Key and Peele. It's like, y'all done fucked up now. Like, he did it for Obama. I need to do it for Biden.
Right.
Right? John, if you can do a Biden impression, let's figure this out. Let's go offline and figure out how I can. Or, you know what? Fuck that. We're going to edit it together. John, I just figured out what we're doing this weekend. Okay, go. Continue.
Last week, CNN's White House correspondent Stephen Collison denounced, quote, this is all within the article, a nationwide effort by GOP-run states to make it harder to cast ballots and easier to steal elections, which is rooted in ex-president's voter fraud lies, end quote. And now the person is going to respond to that quote in the article. The statement was telling. In responding to the ex-president's big lie, Democrats and many in the media are doing something remarkably similar by claiming these states' laws as an effort to steal the coming elections. Claims that might fuel anger and violence similar to that seen in the 2020 election.
Yeah, no, I'm. Go ahead. If there's more,
I'll finish. I'll finish it. It's a little bit. Yeah. What is daunting is that the Democratic big lie is being promulgated by the president on the basis of fighting Trump's big lie. It is like condemning Bigfoot sightings as a basis for creating a federal Bigfoot bureau.
Okay. Do we not have a federal Bigfoot bureau? I thought there was definitely one in Wyoming and Montana, like at least operate on the state level.
Right. Bro, I think they're just states. I think they're just statewide.
No, but I thought they were, because I'm pretty sure Mulder and Scully were like kind of, and I'm sure that was a documentary. I'm not a smart man, but I do have a mind like a steel trap. Anything that goes in gets horribly mangled, shoved out the other end like hamburger. All right, go ahead. No Bigfoot committee. Go ahead.
To finish up the quote of this article, the Democrats' quote-unquote big lie may not be convincing the public, but it is clearly convincing the most extreme parts of their party. Lies can give license to those who are predisposed to violence on both sides, from Antifa to Proud Boys. We have enough lies going into 2024. What we need is leadership. End quote.
All we need is love. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. All we need is love. Love is all we need. That's all I'm saying. And if you don't fucking coexist, I will punch you in the throat until you fucking love everybody around you, okay? Everybody gets a fucking voice. Shut the fuck up or you will be punched in the throat. Wait a minute. I hear myself now. I think that's what these protests are about. Darn. Am I part of the problem?
No, you're like alcohol. You're part of the problem and the solution.
And the solution. I have to stop threatening people in my yoga classes. I'm super zen, but I'm very aggressive.
Well, and you started to mention it, that it's becoming white noise to you after so long. And I think that there's that cumulative effect that was talked about in the first article is really a big part of it, because when you can no longer trust the other side, then it becomes this us and them mentality. That whatever they say, no matter what facts they the supposed facts they produce, it's like no. And my logic can disprove that logic.
Right. It's a thing. But the other, and you just normalize something. And when you and there's two ways, like someone who believes it because you hear it enough from the people around you and the people you look up to, that this becomes fact and law and reality. But then there's normalizing it where it's like, it becomes so regular in my life. It's like, they mow the lawn at this time every morning. And like, I can sleep through that. And like, the neighbor fucking gets up and starts their car early and I sleep through that all the time. Like there's certain things that are super aggressive. Like it just normalizes your life. Like, it becomes, or the other way around, if you're trying to propagate something, and then this is kind of a tip for the kids at home. All right. This is the one of the less kids. If you ever want to drink in public in a normal environment, like if you're in a play practice or you're going to a rehearsal or a ball game practice or to your at parents' house or whatever, just start bringing the same nice solo cup, and for the first month only fill it with soda, and every time someone makes a comment, make jokes about it, ha 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 ha, I'm like, whoa, and do the whole acty joke and let them, come on. If it gets to the point and it'll become so normalized, eventually you could be drinking pure grain liquor in this and no one will even care. It's like, he's just faking. He's been faking for 2 months. Look at that. It's fake vomit on the floor again. Crazy. He's so committed to his act. That was my teenage years. No. Okay. Big lie. Go ahead.
The less you know. Okay. Right. So that's it's this when lies create mistrust on all sides, and it just becomes this post fact, this post truth era that people have been talking about. But I do want to point out that I just learned about another big lie, a huge one. I just learned yesterday.
I hope it's a good one.
It's from a society that's been around since the 70s, and they have learned and are helping the world to realize that birds do not exist.
Oh, dude, did you not know that? Well, you've been hanging out with fucking round earthers for a long time. So, yeah, of course you think birds exist on this fucking round earth. Okay, Noah. Whatever. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so they were genocide slaughtered en masse, billions of birds by the U.S. government in the 1940s and replaced with spy drones, so that they are actually spy drones looking in on us. And that's why the pigeons always land right outside my window.
Bro, I got hummingbirds outside my house. If you don't think they're reporting to the NSA, you got another thing coming, my friend. Yep. We got cranes in California. We got storks up in Ottawa. The shit's going crazy in the aviary kingdom, and no one's benefiting but the U.S. government. Come on, folks. Meet me up in my cabin. I'm writing my manifesto.
So I just want to give a shout out to the whistleblowers at birdsarenotreal.com. Thank you. Please visit birdsarenotreal.com to learn the truth that birds are not real.
I'm actually going to do that. But One thing I did have for you, like when you were just kind of doing the sum up before your good lead-in joke of the birds, because I'm looking that shit up. I'm gonna kind of fuck with them a little bit. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let's
go
to the edge. Let's go to the edge of the planet and see those drones from the edge. And it seems like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Are you a cop? Like, I'm part of this. I'm part of the fucking ownership. You're a cop. You got to tell me if you're a bird cop. I knew it. Dude, anyway, but this whole thing of the big lie of like telling lies, of getting people to convince of this and that. This is the first time it's really happened to us. It's been happening across the board. We always call it different things, right?
Right.
But the first time it's here,
for centuries
in our politics, right? But if we look across, and this is why we're so dumb, because we have Netflix shows about this shit, about Nexium, about fucking all these different cults and like how to steal your mind. There was one article I did read this morning was a guy who went to all the protests. He was in Arizona, Washington, all over the place until he kind of like came out of it. He's like, I feel like it was a cult. Like when he sees the end of it, it's like, and his friend's like, yeah, yes, you were brainwashed. And like, he missed Christmas. He missed Thanksgiving. Like he missed all these things with his family because he was driving across country to go save America, like the founding fathers. And like, I'm Paul Revere, motherfucker. No, you're Paul Bunyan. And you are fucking blue walking your way through my life. So, no, thank you.
That's why they call it the cult of personality.
Great song. And also, if you'd like to join my cult, you can write us at Two Sided Pod, P.O. Box, John's house in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn. It'll get to him. Trust me. They know him there.
Let's play some of these messages, yeah?
Giddy up, baby. Shout out to MFA. How you doing before you play it? Oh, how you doing?
Yes.
Girl, I love you.
How you doing?
We got news for you. We got news for you.
I'm Fitty.
What? Are you?
How you doing, guys? It's like trying to argue with a fucking 4-year-old. But why?
Exactly.
But why?
Exactly.
All the whataboutisms. Good Lord, too.
See, and whataboutisms, those didn't get started popping until like recently in the last 4 years. They're like, hey, you locked kids in cages. Like, well, what about you guys? What about that? Right. John, you have a fucking horrible hair. But what about you haven't shaved your beard in way too long and look like a homeless Pete? Shut up, John.
Right. When our ex-pres was asked about Russia, he was like, well, the U.S. is doing bad things.
Yeah, what about U.S.? Yeah.
And also 50? Happy birthday.
Is that, yeah, because we might have a gift for you coming down the pipe. But we're gonna play these messages. If it's your birthday, ooh girl, girl, it's your birthday. Get it, it's your birthday. Tell me, birthday. Birthday. That's the new song we have to sing in all the restaurants. We can't do that.
Definitely, I can definitely attest that Michigan is a swinger state. Yep. I mean, swing state.
See, exactly. Hey, don't make me come down there and fucking confiscate your polling machine, if you know what I mean. Hey.
John, you crack me up. I wouldn't necessarily vote for you. I would definitely vote for your rage. Right on, my boy Pete, the interpreter for the president. What he really means is he's going to put his foot.
Oh my God. Someone give me my gun. It's a BB gun. I don't believe in real guns. But he's going to hurt like a son of a bitch when I shoot him in the eye. You'll shoot your eye out. And then I'll put soap in his mouth.
Is it a BB gun or is it an air rifle?
Oh, it's a Red Ryder BB gun.
Okay.
With a wooden stock and a thing that tells time on it.
And a little thing that tells time on it.
Yeah, tell him, Ralphie. I'll do it again.
It's not so much white noise for me. It enrages me.
See?
It just makes me so fucking mad that people are so fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
They're Democrat or Republican. the wings of the same shit bird.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm laying down?
Girl, it is sticking to the wall. Everything you are throwing, I am seeing it stick. That is, it is. And that's the thing. If you go too far anywhere, like if you're into, and I think that's really truly about life. If you go too far on anything, you're kind of a fucking annoying piece of shit. Like, oh, I'm really into health. Okay, CrossFit. Just tell me. And vegan. Yeah. Oh, I really like Satanism. Yeah, I bet you do. And okay. And I do clubbing in it. Okay, great. Like, oh, damn it. Oh, fucking, here, man. What are you doing? Like, oh, fuck.
You want to do a sun salutation? Come on, let's go do some sun salutations.
It's all, if you're just human, I feel like if you're just human and you just be human, just be, if you're fucking angry, I'm angry as shit all the time. I'm a goddamn great neighbor. I'll yell at people like, sorry about that. Bah. I won't say that.
I won't apologize.
Yeah, but not my neighbors. Fucking strangers in the park.
That's right.
Yeah, get off my lawn. This is the park. Doesn't matter. I have an ownership problem. It's all about now.
There it is. The less you know. I was waiting for that.
Girl, I'm telling you. Girl, okay. We have to. We got a surprise for you. I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't realize. I'm 99% sure she's in like Kalamazoo, or maybe I just like the name of that. She's Kalamazoo.
And we're going to talk about that in the green room. But
later.
Let's move on. Yeah.
You ready? I know. Yeah.
All right. Let's jump right into our next one. Snuck up on me. Lightning round.
Trash can round. Gotta get around all around town. That was for you, Mr. V. I'm going to do a shot for you because I said to John I was prepping this. It was a hard road to get through,
John.
You
got through it.
I think it was the Lord's work I was doing.
That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers to all who got through it with us.
Yeah, we're on a mission from God. Stick with us. It only gets better from here.
As you see, as you see in the link of this show, our YouTube channel is live right now. So if you want to see our beautiful faces.
Right. That's right. I'm sorry. Continue. No, don't let me cut you off. You said beautiful faces. I would say
glorious beards.
I would say, here's my face. Good on you, mate. There you go. Look at us. If you like what you're hearing, fucking hit that subscribe button, hit the alert. I don't know what, no, because I went for Aussie Man. I fucking love Aussie Dave, MFA. Look this guy up. He's my favorite YouTube person. Aussie Man Reviews is his thing.
And how's
and
it
he's
spelled?
Like OZZYMAN Reviews. And his reading on everyone's like, how's it going out? Here's me face. Let's watch some videos. And his shit is fucking hilarious. Anyway, we're going to do merch like that. But yeah, if you like what you're hearing, hit that subscribe button, hit that alert button. We're also on Spotify under Two-Sided.
That's correct. Yeah, so if you search podcasts, Two-Sided, TWO-sided.
Well, if you just search Two-Sided. Also, if you
Apple Podcasts as well.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts. We're also in witness protection, so we change our name from every platform to platform. In Tinder, we're John's little fucking pet project, which is weird. We've gotten a lot of calls though. I don't know what that means about society or our show. However,
and also on the Instagram and Twitter, both are at Two-Sided Pod, TWO-sided.
Yeah, and all that shit is in John's profile right here. If you click on his, follow us. Love fans, love things, love life. Apparently love drinking. Oh, that's what we did. That's what I'm feeling. Go ahead, John. It was all about get through the first.
This lightning round is one of my favorites, and I know one of your least, which is the editorial dick. The editorial dick. So I read my boy Pete a headline, which he has not heard previously, and he responds to it in editorial fashion. Just off the cuff, opinions only, no facts needed.
God damn it, John. This is one of those ones where John and I have been having a personal issue in the last week. And John's like, how can I screw him on a show that he has to smile and participate?
You're on camera, baby.
Right? Should we do commercials with accents? Should we do editorial dick? Go ahead, Pete. Toe that line. I dare you.
The funny thing is, my boy Pete not only came up with the name of this segment, he came up with the segment itself. But anyway,
I disagree. There's this one I disagree with. I know I have a lot of great ideas, John. This is not one of them. This is like, hey, maybe we should all fucking get naked and run through this briar patch. Yeah, and then jump in that lava. Fuck yeah! Only if we make it through the briars. Woo! Horrible idea. Horrible idea. I wouldn't say that. I would not subject myself to this. Then maybe it's like, John, what should you do? It's like, hey, man, why don't you see those briars over there? Want to do an editorial about them? No bueno.
But you said.
But you said, easy there. It's like arguing with a 2-year-old.
Our first headline is a nice softballer for Pete. Our first headline is, quote, Senator Kennedy blasts Biden's admin's redirecting of COVID funds to crack pipes. And quoted is saying, stuffing diapers down toilets.
Editorial. This is.
So remember, you're looking at the thing itself. So we got crack pipes, we got diapers.
Senator Kennedy, we got diapers down toilets.
We got lots of fun things. Don't think beyond it. You think too much. You think too much.
Hey, boy, you think too much. You know what? Here's the deal. I think most senators have a good handle on what things are about, and they have good arguments. But apparently, Kentucky is far from normal. Number one, we don't give out crack pipes anymore because all pipes can be used as crack pipes. Come on, Senator Kennedy, get with the program. Number two, diapers down drains, clogged drains, and this is a whole thing for jobs in America. So we have the whole plumbers union who are behind this, okay? So number one, all pipes are crack pipes if you use them right. All pizzas are personal pizzas if you eat them correctly. All diapers will clog toilets, and the plumbers union is all for it. So Senator Kennedy, I said good day. I said good day.
See, if you don't think, you're going to do great.
You know what? That's the thing is, a lot of people are like, do you hear yourself? I'm like, nah, I tune in and out a lot of the times, and that's when I'm at my best.
Yeah, that's when I'm in the sweet spot.
Perfect.
Next
play
headline.
Pool and go betting. Perfect.
Next headline.
Yep. Ready. Yep.
LA County on track to relax some outdoor mask rules.
LA County's going to relax mask rules. Look at LA County. They've been relaxed about every goddamn thing that has come here since AIDS. Was that too hard? Too quick? No, but AIDS? No, we were good on that. All the rest of it, police brutality, homeless epidemic, super relaxed. No one gives a shit. This is LA, baby. Come on, man. There's the beach. It's a beautiful breeze. Look at the palm trees. Fuck those masks. Get that COVID. Come on, man. Let's hang out. LA.
Did you want a little tagline for LA?
I was going to say, no, at that point, the only one I could think of when you cut me off was LA. We love it!
Worth the wait. Next one. European prince says NYC is the best place to live for royals.
Dude, easy. That's an easy one because. Oh wait, I shouldn't say that. Give me that starter again.
European prince says NYC is the best place to live for royals.
Well, folks, of course he does. Because where can those European princes get those young ladies they like so much without having to cross international lines? That is an offense, a federal offense. If you keep it in state to state, you have diplomatic immunity. Welcome to New York City, where all the princes are in Wonderland. New York, come get a bite of this apple.
I waited for the tag.
Yeah.
See, we're growing together.
Exactly. It's just like baby steps to stupidity. And I feel like you're enabling me to cancel myself. Perfect. I love it. I love it.
Finally, this is my favorite of them. This headline is, Meet Ukraine's gun-toting female soldiers fighting the propaganda war with Russia.
First off, let me just say, that's the best of all the wars you get now. Propaganda wars. You don't have to pick up guns. You get on the interwebs. You gossip with your friends. It's like if Mean Girls had a diplomatic sway with countries. Just like, man, they're bitches. But now you have ladies with guns. I'm sorry, if you're showing that women are willing to fight and they're showing how badass they are, because it's only, especially in Eastern Europe. And I'm not saying here. This is for Eastern Europe. God damn it, John. That's what you did to me. See, I saw it. Fucking, that is the most, that's the warfare. That's the psychological warfare. It's like, no, you come to our country, we all fight. Everything here is very hard, very difficult to... Look, here's my wife, Natasha. Hello. She doesn't care about nothing. She has gun. All of her friends have gun. Look, beautiful. If you do not invade, all calendar. We make beautiful calendar, sell across Eastern Europe. Big wall, you will pay for it, or calendar, we don't know. You will not come in. Psychological, all warfare, digital, content. Tell me the cross. Fuck off. Hey, welcome to Ukraine. Here's our lady fighters. Okay. Tourism. That's okay. God damn it, John. See? You back me in the corner. How am I going to editorialize that? Like, yeah. Fuck yeah, because people are fighting for their rights to live. Like, I want to go down this, like, yeah, bro. And you're like, no, come on, man. Don't think. Be stupid, doopy, doopy. The editorial, that's what editorials are. It's like, you know what? I woke up this morning and had an opinion, and I think I'm going to share it with the newspaper. Like,
That's right.
You're a fucking idiot.
And I'm giving you just a headline, and you're trying to get so much backstory. You're like, wait, I heard things about that. I read things about that. I know things about that. I'm going to bring all this in. I'm like, no, the headline. The headline. We got gun-toting female soldiers. Propaganda war. It's so, lots of fun things. And you're like, I gotta go serious.
Bro, do you realize what is happening on that border? Fuck you if you don't.
I do, obviously.
Yeah, let us have fun. Propaganda war. It's no problem. Look, John, make a joke about all the times my wife have to pick up arms to defend her fucking motherland. This is bullshit, and I think we lost all of our Ukrainian followers. This is where you've done to. Fuck, I will win no awards in Ukraine. Fuck off, John. Fuck you very much. Fuck you.
I think you did great. You did great. You got through it. Let's get to this message.
You both look stunningly handsome. And my boy Pete, I'll take a piece of my heart. Yes.
I'm telling you.
You look great too.
We're sponsored by...
John. How you doing?
Hey, we're sponsored by Food and Love. Major Tom, this is ground control. Your pizza is ready. We will not deliver in 30 minutes or less. Come in, Major Tom.
Ground control. I'm not feeling.
You done
so
with that?
good.
Can we drink now or?
Yeah, we could drink now. Yeah, we could do that. Something happened.
Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom?
I think the circuit's dead. There's something wrong.
Sounds like you're talking from a tin can. Far above the world. Johnny boy is red, and there's nothing good he said. Bonk. I'm just saying, let's drink to that. MFA, Sloan, Candace, so glad you're here. We're on the YouTubes. If you're anyone out there listening on YouTube's, hit that subscribe.
The link is right there in this show. Yeah, God bless Stereo for doing something good finally.
I blame John Peacock. He actually lobbied for this. He went to their headquarters. He held a picket sign. He walked around in a circle by himself, got very dizzy, but his voice was heard. He was a one-man circle. God bless you, John.
And also, you can once again edit shows that you've already made. I campaigned for that, and it finally happened as of yesterday. Yay!
Yay!
Cheers. Cheers to all of you.
Cheers, brother. Oh, shit, son. Okay, this is why, oh, yeah. It gets harder and harder each time. And I wonder why I keep denied all my petitions when I try to run for city council. It's like, you are, It's like, but what do you mean? We've seen your, what do you mean?
Do you have evidence? Yes.
Yes. Then they show me this. It's like, that's not me. This is me. Remember that time I would show my ID? Hey, if you hit that subscribe button, here's my ID and my social security number. It's like, we're pretty sure this
totally me.
Yeah. It's like, it's definitely not me.
Right.
I'd like to be in office. Like,
that was a character, and also I was not that actor. Huh?
Yeah. What about now? I never got paid for it. Look at my pay stubs. I mean, I just hand them to you, but I'm in auditing right now. IRS auditing. It's a whole thing. You know how it is.
We got MFA.
Here, as I'm wading through this bullshit, here in the United States.
Yep.
Planet Earth is blue, and you better vote blue too. I'm kidding. I don't give a fuck how you vote. What you said, John? Major Tom. I just saw the major. I didn't know it was Major Tom, but good on you.
Chugga chugga bonk bonk bonk. That's my favorite part of that song. And yeah, and that's unfortunate because I was never, John. We're not going to get political. We're not going to do this shit because I am the one who tries to be the most non-communicative about those things with other people because I've just seen how it alienates everyone and everything. Even if you're in your own little society, it's like, oh, this is a bubble.
Us and that mentality. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I just don't like to do that. Even though I have all of the same opinions. But I was always like, it's actually really funny because I don't care talking about it. I was raised Republican. My parents were at first, and then they both converted to Democrat. But I was registered as a Republican when I was 18. And then once I realized, I'm like, oh no, and I didn't fuck with politics, but I knew Republican was bad at that point. Like, oh no, mom and dad left. I'm like, fuck it. I was like, I'm Green Party. Because they smoke weed, I think. Like, they didn't, apparently, which sucked. But apparently all of the parties smoke weed. So I was like, I can fit in anywhere. So then I registered independent, which was shit because they couldn't vote in any primaries. I'm like, my voice is not heard. But at the same time, I don't have to show up to the fucking polling place a lot of the time. I'm kind of okay with that.
Well, and that's state by state. In Arizona, it was, but California and New York, no.
Right. So, yeah. And so here, and now it's like, I can't vote that way. Like if I vote independent, if I vote Green Party, if I vote Tea Party, anything other than Republican, Democrat, you're basically burning your vote. It's like going up and like, do you want to vote for yes, no, or fire hole? Like, fire hole. Fire hole.
But that's the thing I agree with the most. That person sounds really sane and not corrupt. I want that person. Fire hole.
Fire hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I like their planning on education and fire hole. Okay. But here's the deal. I found that Mr. McCarthy over here is very, very good on the elder retirement and the 401ks. He really fire hole. God damn it. everyone like it's fire hole, fire hole, fire hole. You gotta pitch your hat one way or the other, which is bullshit. It's like that's why the two-party system and the electoral college. Fuck you, John. Again, you're making me go political. That's why our whole state is flawed. Everything, our State of the Union is flawed in those regards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's my only thing. Right. I know it's a horrible argument, but I love to make this argument. Like, why must we stick? Ooh, tongue twister.
What's me?
I'll go sell seashells by the seashore after this, John. Why must we adhere to these archaic principles of voting because these were our forefathers did, when we've changed all of these laws, the workplace environment, the societal environments, the equality environments? Why must we adhere to these? If we're not going to change those, I would like to petition that we go back to smoking in the workplace and slap of the ass to let me know I did a good job. I don't want to get harassed, but I like to get a little grope and tickle every now and again to know that I'm working hard.
Right, and a 2 martini work lunch.
And not even a work lunch, John. We can still do those. You have an hour for lunch. You can have 2 martinis. Bro, apparently you don't. John L. Peacock has never worked in an office environment or in a corporate America.
That is correct.
When you can 2 martini lunch is when you're a bad worker and you don't do well after lunch. Like, that's what that means. But when you could have cocktails at the office, when you could smoke at your desk, like
your own sidebar in the office.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't drink till after 3:30. I'm here till 6. I'm not an animal. I'm just saying, if we're not going to change our fucking system of government, let's start smoking in the office again.
It's interesting because our current system of government, the 2 things that you brought up specifically, the 2-party system, that wasn't our forefathers didn't have that. They had several parties, and they thought that this form of government, instead of being a parliament, they thought, okay, we'll have a Congress and it'll be multiple parties and it will be different, right? And that's why it's separate from the electoral and the executive branch, right?
And unfortunately, that's why it denigrated into the electoral college, and so here's the parties.
They ate up each other, right?
Completely, because it's like, oh, we're now playing Risk, and it's like, or it's like we're playing Monopoly. It's like, I can't pay you anymore, but hey, can I be part of your team?
Yep.
Can I? It's just, well, that's not Monopoly. Monopoly's like, yeah, here, take my fucking hotels. I'm going outside to smoke. This game is bullshit. I have different things to do after 4 hours of this. No, Grandma, I'm not going to pay your rent. That was the last time I ever talked to Grandma. That's not true. I love my grandma, but she would never play Monopoly with me because she would never charge me. God bless her.
So that somewhat really leads us, this nostalgia for the past, into our final segment of the night.
Great. So you take me to canceling myself, and now we're going nostalgic. So we're like, hey, now we have him on the ropes. Let's get emotional.
Well,
hey, man.
It's forgetting. The last segment of the night is on forgetting.
Yeah, bro. But if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to give you all the tips for forgetting. And it's like, why do you forget? Man, you know what? I've been sleeping pretty good the last 2 nights, John. Pretty goddamn good. And now you're going to screw it up. Why are you forgetting so much, Pete? Why are you so good at it? Why have so many pointers and tips? You're like the goddamn fucking mountain man. Like, you are the drill sergeant. Like, all right, Marines, this is how you forget your life. Your mother's never hugged you. Your daddy's never respected you. Your girlfriend's always will cheat on you. Look at me. Yes, sir. Now look at your feet. Now hum a little tune. And don't think about a goddamn word I'm saying. Hum away. That's right. You have great red hair. Nobody loves you. Your eyes are weird. Your shirts are bad. You live in a cellar. Your mother gave you up for adoption. The adoptionist gave you back the car that you wanted.
My life
crashed itself. You, sir, are now graduated because, goddamn it, John L. Peacock, you have learned to forget. Woo!
Yay!
You're now a private cadet and forgetting. Moving on.
So this past Tuesday, my boy Pete and I actually talked a little bit about forgetting, and I have a minute 30 clip to play.
Oh, fuck
to
you.
lead us into this segment. You ready?
You're no, I'm actually not, because like I was going to make a joke like, and I wrote down everything he said about it. He's like, no, I recorded it and I'm going to play back. John, California is a 2-party consent system where I have to know I'm being God damn it, I hit yes, I know I'm being recorded. All right, fair enough. I'll see you in civil court, my friend. If this doesn't go well, if I'm made to be more of an ass than I already am, I will have strongly worded letters coming your way from my attorneys. Continue.
Shout out to the Stereo and their recording guidelines.
Hope they're young enough to not have any permanent memories at that point. Sure, yeah.
Oh, John. Oh, John. You're so 2021. We don't care about memories anymore because you've heard about pissing frogs, right? We can do that with children once you kidnap them. If they know too much, I had this idea when I had a bottle in front of me about from lobotomy, and I was like, you know what? That's too aggressive, but we can do a variation, right? It's just enough to like, you know what? Maybe you drew a little, maybe you don't remember the last 6 months. I don't know. But John, there's always a way out.
So you're saying just like heavy doses of ketamine and LSD for about 6 months, we'll just do a reset?
No, I'm saying I had done 6 months of heavy dose of ketamine and LSD, and I came up with this great idea, right? That you steal the kids. Yeah. I don't know how to steal their brains, but I recommend staying on 6 months of ketamine and LSD. John, you're not giving me anything here. It was supposed to be the kids wiping their memory, and I said it on myself, and you're like, yep, go on. Yep.
It's like, I want the new cocktail. How does this work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
And there we go.
You're a real son of a bitch, Sean. You're an active piece of shit. You're an active piece of shit. I do stand by the joke about pithing children. Pithying.
And you didn't quite explain it then. Would you like to explain that one now?
No. I just want to stand by it. I don't want to fucking expound on the whole pithing. It's just like, if you do a full frontal lobotomy, it takes away all of your. I was doing a lot of reading in the early 1900s, late 1900s of how you do lobotomies. Of like, oh, you're having stress. Well, here, let me just take this little chunk out of your eye socket, and like, oh, we just tapped your brain, and you don't feel shit anymore. But it's the same idea of pithing a frog, where everything still works. But yeah, no, we're an educated comedy podcast with no morals, no boundaries, and John leads me down the primrose path where I can slay myself, and then he'll play it back to me. You know, John, when you asked me what my definition of hell was, it was sitting in a horrible, darkened room, listening to my own failed comedy and you not laughing. And I feel like giving me a little taste. I really like
it. Oh my God. Watching Pete, listening to himself talk back. You're almost as red as John L. Peacock right now, bro. That's fucking hilarious. Good on you.
Fuck John. I know. But also, that leaves me in my next statement, fuck John. But also, fuck John. Okay, I allow it because I hit the button. I took the pill. I'll buy the ticket, take the ride. Let's do it.
And again, you set out all of the job requirements of the two of us for this podcast, and you said you John L. Peacock, you do all the research and bring everything.
Yep.
And me, I'm going to get on and I'm going to respond. And I don't want to hear about anything beforehand. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to think about it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It was in a blood oath. We didn't actually write it down, but we and did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We both got COVID. It was really awful, but
yeah, which neither of us had before, which is really strange.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the bird flu. Neither one of us got tested. Dude, speaking of which, if you guys, and you should put it on a link if you I found the thing. I got my 2 free home tests from the government.
2? I thought it was 4.
Well, they're 2 packages of 2 each, Johnny.
I don't. Okay, great.
I know.
Thank you.
I know. You didn't sign up for it. I know. But how about you let me tell the story instead of you clarifying about quantities and
quality.
You go quantity surveying with Ezra the Aardvark. Do you have that book, John? Because I feel like that's what you study from.
So tell me about your 2 kits of 2 that you just got.
I opened 1 kit of 2. I was so excited. I have to test this. And it turns out I'm not pregnant.
Congratulations.
I peed all over it. I mean, I don't read instructions, so I'm not an instruction guy.
I squatted. I peed all over it.
No, I didn't squat anywhere. I just pushed in so it went out, and I did 1 leg up on the toilet. Come on, John. Be an adult. And it turns out, not pregnant. I don't know what that means, but it was like I got 3 more tries.
So, we're talking about forgetting, which is a really good segue into our segments.
Yeah,
because we want to forget that one. Anyway,
no, I think that was right on. Go ahead.
Is to put it behind you, not allowing the memory of whatever it is to be in the present timeline, right? Whether it's not remembering like a friend's name from high school, which can be really awkward during reunions, or not remembering the details of a car accident that left you in the hospital. Forgetting has many purposes.
Okay. All right. So, but you said the first instance was forgetting a name in high school reunion, which is embarrassing. But forgetting a bad accident is so that the first one doesn't have a purpose. The first one is like, fuck, there's no purpose. I don't care enough about you to remember your name. Shit, fuck, balls. The second one was like, I almost died and I don't remember that. I was at the bar and I was like, what up, John? He's like, get in the car. I was like, I'm not sure. He's like, come on. I was like, okie dokie. And I was like, this is a weird, dirty ass Cadillac. And the roof is coming down. I don't know about this. And the next thing I know, I'm in a hospital.
Right. But you don't remember all the details of in between, which can be a beneficial thing because of the trauma that comes with those details. And though many people think of forgetting as something that's negative, like the embarrassing moments, the trying to think of, we've done it on the show. You're thinking of a specific actor or, the word that has that definition that you really want to use, and you're like, oh, I'll get it later, and right. That's not the forgetting we're talking about today. We're talking about forgetting as a defense against trauma.
Now you try to cancel me again. I have all sorts of tactics and reasonings. You guys, this is going to be a masterclass. I think this is the time. Are we at what is our hour at? We're at hour something. Bookmark this, folks, and go ahead and play this back because it's going to be a goddamn TED Talk from here about forgetting for emotional sanctuary. Continue, John.
Well, if that's the case, maybe we should play this here message before we get into the TED Talk.
No, I'm letting you go, and then I will TED Talk.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Forgetting does have many, many purposes. Your brain protects you from so many things. I had reached a point in my cognitive talk therapy where I thought I had pretty much, talked about it all. And then lo and behold, but wait, there's more. Simple little things will trigger memories of shit that I forgot about that are. These things are still relevant because they're still fucking with me and how I view the world. So you have to talk about them.
Ooh.
But your brain absolutely protects you. If my brain hadn't made me forget all the things, I wouldn't have survived. Right? I straight up believe I would not have survived childhood.
Childhood, God bless you. Like, I agree, because I think that I have, you know what? Yep. God bless you. Like, I believe, I don't think I was on the same page as you, like, of the forgetting. I would not have survived of like 5 years of my life in the last 10 years of my life and that's a whole different thing. But there's selective memories of where you just don't think about things, and you try not to think about things, and you've removed yourself from certain situations with certain people. But if you do run into them, and my whole thing is like, oh, I know you from somewhere, and I was like, oh, I'm no longer embarrassed because I can glad hand like a motherfucker.
Right.
What's up, man? What are you doing?
You are one of the champs. You were one of the champs.
I can get by that, but it's the sitting at home. It's the sitting at home late, quiet, or I'm actually, because I've become such a professional. It's not even going to bed. Like, I have a plan for going to bed. I watch a shit ton of Rick and Morty and smoke some weed before I go to bed. I'm good to go. It's the quiet hours before you're about to go to bed, when you're having a smoke, walking the dog, and you're like, ooh. And I mean, not to simplify, but I try, because everything's better simplified. And when you're dealing with this kind of shit, bro, it's fragile. Like, it's 100%, brother. It's fragile as shit. And you just don't even want to crack the ice of yourself when you're going through this. Like, so how do I relate to it? And like, how do I relate to this? And like, I just think of fucking Finding Nemo. I'm goddamn Dory. Where she's like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Because whatever is happening right now, unless it's going to lead to me being incarcerated by the end of the night or dead by the end of the night, I'll be better tomorrow morning. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep, and don't think about it. La 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 la. Look at
Escape.
And God
I can
bless.
read. I don't even know how I can read. Escape.
And God bless Amazon and Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV and Vudu and Peacock and
HBO.
Tubi, HBO. I would like to, first off, I would like to thank all the streaming services who brought me to this place where I could forget all my problems and I forget all my woes, and where everybody knows my name and our troubles are all just the same. I want to go where the people know, you know. I was going to do did you play the thing? I was going to do a whole speech. I was going to end with.
Just because people clap doesn't mean you have to stop.
It didn't clap. It kind of popped in and out. I didn't hear it. I think when I talk and you play, that's what interferes. I think that's what it is. Now that I hear it. But
the less you know.
And here's your T-shirt.
What were we talking about?
You guys really forgot about me. You forgot about me. You really forgot about me. That was going to be the end.
All right.
I had a whole speech planned, John. You derailed me with horrible sound effects. I'm going Sally Field on this bitch. And nobody appreciates the craft.
That's why you talk about these reverse two-sideds, but you're the one who's supposed to derail me, and I keep on powering forward. But any little like blip will derail you. So you could never get through one. That's why we haven't had one yet, and I have a good feeling that we might not ever really do one.
You are. So what you're saying, what I'm supposed to be derailing you. However, you're derailing me.
No, whenever I derail you, it's like at a pin drop. It's like so quick.
It's a childhood. It's a childhood dream. It's what a child thinks of what happens when you put a nickel on a train track. If I put this here, I'll derail a train, and it happens. It's like, look at the power I have with a nickel. And it turns out, yeah, Johnny, you got a power with a nickel. What are you going to do with that nickel power, Johnny? You going to use it for good? Or are you going to use it for evil, Johnny? Little Johnny, look at me, Johnny. You found power, Johnny. What are you going to do now, Johnny? What are you going to do now? Oh, your father and I, we're so worried about you, Johnny. You're out putting nickels all over. We're not sure. Also, your mother's, she's Irish. And a little masculine. Don't talk, woman. He's out putting nickels on the iron. Derailing trains. Beautiful big trains with good comedy points. Who, if they just let him get to the fucking station, it would be brilliant. But no, little Johnny goes out and puts nickels here, there, everywhere. Derail the train, derail the train. Locomotive gone, locomotive gone. Oh, he's a good lad. He's a good lad. No! Let the trains run! And everyone's now going Scottish. It's a whole thing, John.
Pete, I believe you're talking about when your brain is on autopilot, when you're on autopilot and your brain is just kind of cycling, and then you get slammed with a memory or whatever. Yeah, I get you. I feel that.
No, 100% on auto, but no. But I think both of us, you and I both agree, like autopilot, quote unquote, like sometimes autopilot, a lot of times autopilot is intentional. Like feed the dog, walk the dog, do this, and like be good at it. Talk to the grocer. Hey, talk to the fucking shoe shiner. Hey, how's it going? Good on you. I don't know, but yeah, autopilot and forgetting. John, I'm sure you have a lot more to read. Yeah, but we're doing a counseling session. I want everyone to lay down on their couches. Just tell me what is bothering you. Maybe there is something you would like to talk about, Nine? Is there something you are forgetting because it is a trauma? Yeah? Nine, you are safe, yeah? We will all smoke weed and drink schnauzer later. Oh no, it is schnauzer. It's beautiful. It's a pressed schnauzer. It's you will bark laughter. Small dog. Very good.
Which is amazingly funny because the idea of motivated forgetting dates back to the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche in 1849, when Nietzsche and Sigmund Freud agreed that the repression of memories is a form of self-preservation.
Yeah, God is dead.
Yeah.
That's like God damn it. Now we're gonna talk philosophy, because I was like, you know what? Let's talk some philosophication. I've been drinking just enough to be fucking dangerous and uninformed. So I think I have things to say.
But I think you are quite informed. You might have just forgotten some of it.
Well, intentionally, I was a student of Nietzsche.
That's right. One of the differences between forgetting and suppression, because we've talked about both. Suppression, is that I want to not think about it, so I'm thinking about it, but I want to not think about it. Okay, so there's a
no. So you got to give the definition. So suppression is I don't want to think about it. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to. I do. I don't. I do.
That's what I have.
And forgetting is what?
Yeah.
So basically, breaking it down, suppression, you're still going to jail. Forgetting, that's an argument in court. Like you can get off. Like, I'm not suppressing shit.
Yeah.
Note to self, everyone out there. Note to self.
More officially, the suppression is, quote, deliberately trying to forget or not think about painful or unwanted thoughts, where forgetting is, quote, unwanted impulses or thoughts being unconsciously pushed out of awareness.
Right, 100%. But think about this. If you're good enough at suppression, like Olympic athlete style, where it becomes muscle memory, you eventually do forget. And when you eventually do forget, you realize that you're no longer an amateur, and now you're a professional, and you can no longer compete in the forgetting Olympics. So I better get paid for this forgetting, because my suppression worked way too well.
Like a professional con man when you believe your own lie. You're like, yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah, see? Yeah. No. Exactly. I don't know. I always have a hard time, unless you're truly a sociopath, that someone can truly believe their own lie. Because once you lie, even if you say it enough, like, in the back of your head, like, I can't believe everyone's buying this. I can't believe they're buying this. You know it's a lie somewhere, even though it's like, stop the steal.
Well, let's make it more personal. It's I was born in poverty, and that's what I remember. And you were like middle class, but you're like, you know what? I can justify the memories and look at the bad ones enough so that I actually believe that I was born in much worse circumstances, so that I can get away with this kind of character who is more believable coming from that circumstance, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Not the huge things, but the personal past things. And that's a little forgetting, a little selective memory.
No, a little this, right. And like, you might have been born in poverty. I was born in Carmichael, California. I heard poverty was actually a little down south. It was Lodi, California, where we moved later. And then if you are a fan of Hell's Kitchen, Poverty is one of the amazing chefs in like season, I don't know, like 18 or 20. Pretty awesome. Check it out. Shout out Hell's Kitchen. Don't try to get emotional with me, John. Don't make me remember. Oof, this is bullshit, bro. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
So, in a Science Journal article for Public Medicine Journal, in a science article for Public Medicine Journal, Simon Norby asked the question of, quote, does normal forgetting facilitate mental health, and is forgetting impaired in affective disorders? This double-sided question, this is the end of his quote. This double-sided question may seem counterintuitive, given the fact that forgetting is often associated with troubles in everyday life. However, forgetting does not only have destructive consequences, but it also fulfills important function. And I'll finish the rest of it later. But that question is what he ponders.
Say the first one, because the first one was what I was trying to respond to.
Does normal forgetting facilitate mental health, and is forgetting impaired in affective disorders?
So he's saying, when he's using the terms normal forgetting, that's like, oh, where are my keys? Versus forgetting on purpose.
No, to clarify his question, because I've read more into it, obviously, it's, does normal forgetting help and, as you say, facilitate mental health on the general, and is when people have disorders like PTSD, OCD, does it impair their act of forgetting? Their actual act, does it impair it?
Okay.
Does it stop them from forgetting like they should?
Oh. So like, if you have no. Yes. Shit.
Yeah, it's a big question, right?
Wait. God damn it, John. Because I'm thinking about like, no, at all. I can't imagine some of the things that as far as soldiers and horrible crimes and things like. But at the same time, like, yeah, I've all of my, yeah, no. And now we're talking about, it's like, no, let's not talk about it. Because like, I forgot about X. Wait, John, pop these bubbles or do something if you're going to keep talking.
Okay. No, I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
Good.
So to end that quote, selective forgetting of negative memories may be a part of emotional regulation. That is, people's attempt to control when and how they experience and express emotions. Such forgetting may allow for a focus on positive memories and thereby help form a mnemonic base for optimism as well as active and explorative approach behavior.
So you're talking about so in layman's terms, you're sitting in class getting all this knowledge from John L. Peacock about these quotes that are hard to digest. And at some point you can raise your hand and say, John, my brain is full and I'd like to forget some of this. And I'd like to go and play a video game and think about that because I want to make room. I'm going to forget this because it was like, and I'm going to make room because of the fun things for my own well-being of social awareness and growth.
Yeah. So that forgetting is in a sense a useful tactic that humans have created in evolution.
Oh yeah, we're pretty good, man. First hunter-gatherers, metric system, two-party system.
That's right.
Forgetting, all that good stuff.
So going back to Nietzsche, I threw that out because you were like right on the money spot of selective forgetting. But so I referenced that earlier. But to continue that, Nietzsche wrote that man must forget in order to advance, and stated that it is an active process in a sense that we forget specific events as a defense mechanism.
Right, 100%. You can. It's just the perfect example of that is you get these. Even unless it ended with a restraining order on one way or the other. Think about any ended relationships where it didn't end well, but it's like, okay, what was bad? It's like, oh, she was kind of crazy. You're like, but you only have good memories. Like, man, I remember that. That was cool. That was cool. That was really cool. It was like, wait, why did we break up? I'm like, oh, because X, Y, and Z. You forget about all those things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's only the good memories because you're for self-preservation. It's like I got too much new horrible shit to dwell on. I can't keep dwelling on the old horrible shit.
Well, and it's funny because I feel that's a trait of an optimistic person because a lot of people that I know in family and elsewhere will only remember the bad. And, when I've experienced the relationship with that person, as a sister or whatever, they're like, oh, yeah, all this and this and this and nothing else. I'm like, well, what about all these great times that we had? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about all that. And so they selectively took out the positive just to focus on the negative to verify and justify why they should always be broken up. And, I agree they should always be broken up, but it's interesting that they go that route as a self-preservation to not get back with that person.
Right, but I feel like that's in the moment. I feel like that's in like the first wait, who's she seeing? What the fuck's happening? Because you're out in the time you're hearing this, John. I promise you're hearing these stories out drinking with the boys. You know what else she did? She fucking took my truck, bro. She fucking took my truck. That's bullshit, man. Let's have a cocktail. Bullshit. But it's after the fact. I'm saying like, yeah, like when you've moved on and it's like, I'm not talking marriages. I'm talking even relationships of like long term of anything. Like, but yeah, after you've moved on, you both like, oh, I'm kind of, I'm not okay. you fucking see me? I'm not okay. But I have a fucking placard. I sit, I fucking park wherever I want. Don't fucking worry about it. But like when you're both moved on, it's like, oh, cool. And you forget. It's like, I don't know. God damn you, John. Remember how good I was sleeping the last 2 nights? No good.
So Freud also made reference to the repressed memories that we erase from our memory because they cause too much damage and we are not able to integrate them into our quote-unquote self, what we identify as self. His ideas were practically forgotten, but the 2 world wars aroused an interest of psychologists and psychiatrists for this phenomenon, as many veterans suffered a substantial and selective memory loss when they returned from combat. And that's when Freud's theories came back, and Nietzsche was attached to that because they were together on this. Nietzsche had his own.
Right.
Freud had his own. I agree more with Nietzsche's thoughts
as we're talking memory and stuff. But then you look at, but Freud is so, like, he has a lot of great discoveries and theories and things, but his whole Oedipus and like, I was going to have a cigarette. I was like, you know what? We're talking fucking Freud. I can't have anything that might resemble anything.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Right? Go ahead and Winston Churchill him, John. Get that pipe. Get that. It's just a pipe. Dude, do you remember in college, Annie and Marina and Amber, when she was lit before she moved in with us, at their apartment, they had their little fucking monkey pipe, and the bowl was a dick, and it was like you had to. Do you want to smoke weed in your house? It was the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
the mouthpiece was the dick. The bowl was the back of the. So you had to put your mouth on a monkey dick, and the girls thought it was hilarious. And it was like
they loved it.
John's like, John, come over and we'll smoke weed at their house. I'm like, dude, you have to blow the monkey. I was like, bro, come on, man. Well, if you want to get high, this is bullshit. This is bullshit.
I love it because they made all the Mormons so much. They're like, oh, you want to do one sin? Here's another.
Here's another. Right? Come on, we're gonna put an R-rated movie on while we do it.
I loved it, and they're like, oh no, I guess he's normal. He just realized it's just a pipe.
Yeah, no, I still did it because I love weed. God damn it! Why you got? All right, fine. Okay, go.
Okay, so to finish this out, motivated forgetting is not an alteration of memory, but rather involves, quote-unquote, erasing unwanted memories from memory, more or less consciously. In many cases, it acts as a defense mechanism that blocks the memories that generate unpleasant emotions, such as anxiety, shame, or guilt. So where suppression has this effect of like trying to split yourself from it because you can't forget it, but you want to forget it, and so you split it into, you disassociate, and that causes a lot of issues, as you know, we both know. And
I have a shot ready when we're done with this conversation. I don't know if that has anything to do with what you're saying, disassociation, but go ahead. What's the next part?
Forgetting is not altering the memories, but just you know, I only have so much room. I forget normal stuff anyway, so I'm going to have a lot of positive memories, and those negative memories that have caused me trauma beyond the event, PTSD in many ways, will actually just not be in my forefront, not be in my present, and therefore I can be a more positive person. I can be a more empathetic and open and optimistic person, where that memory causes me to go just into dark places.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. It's. I feel like it's almost the Inside Out. I think of the whole Pixar movie of like your brain of like you're storing shit in these places, and it's like how to repress this, and like, oh no, we lock his ass in the cellar, and sometimes he gets out and fucks shit up, but like we all fight him to get him back, and like that's once they put that pen to paper. I was like, yes, all of these things. And everybody uses curse words, and they all have tattoos and do drugs. It's a horrible, horrible system, but it's a system nonetheless.
Yeah, that's right. So, what were we talking about?
I feel like that's the best thing that you've ever said before about how the big lie was that this whole show was a good idea, and I feel like I'll never remember a better time that I've forgotten so soon. John,
I felt with what I was forcing upon you in the earlier segment, I wanted to give you a nice out with forgetting, and we could just forget this whole thing. It's cool.
Oh yeah, shh. Let's call the whole thing off. Yeah,
right.
You say tomato, I say shut the fuck up, John.
A whole lot from Worm Million.
Man, Worm, what it be?
I have a hangnail. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Can you help me?
Already forgot.
Hey, Foxy lady. Almost didn't see you down there. What's up, motherfucking America? What's good? Candace, don't think I know you, but of course, what's up to my boy Pete and John?
Yo. You want to do a shot? Yeah, let's do this.
Wait, we can play them. You can keep playing. Like, you're multitasking. I know.
Okay, so then you just don't talk because I got to do the whole thing now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So I'm going to keep going. Let's do our shot, and let's call the whole thing off.
What about intrusive thoughts, Channel Peacock? What is one to do about intrusive thoughts? Everyone's susceptible to self-deception, and that's everyone. But I think what you're talking about is pathological liars. I don't think you have to be a sociopath. I think it kind of like falls a little more in line with being a psychopath. I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. Some level of forgetfulness would be useful if you're dealing with some sort of trauma that you obviously want to get over. But I think that if you're not remembering the wrong things, that having a good memory, long-term and short-term, is better than having a shit memory. This is just my opinion, though.
No, 100%. I totally agree. Like, I have a great memory for certain things. I can aggressively argue with John. He's like, nope, you said this, and this. But then there's other times like, I don't fucking know. But the idea, I don't know if you watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, of where you're just hoping to eliminate all memories of this event, of this person. It just hurts too much for anything.
Every memory attached to that person, so you forget that person.
It's gone.
Completely.
And it's like, I know that, and it's like sometimes like you're aware of it. It's like, all right, well, I just don't go here. Well, apparently I can't go to fucking Mexico anymore.
Well, and that's an interesting thing because the clinical definition of forgetting as opposed to not remembering is that if you forget something, it is gone forever. There's no way to bring it back up. No way to bring that memory or that name. Like, hey, I met you. We had something class in high school.
And they're like,
I have no idea of you whatsoever. That isn't forgetting.
No, nothing.
Or not remembering triggers will spark it.
Will happen, right? But I disagree because forgetting is never going to happen. Remember, the other one is
not remembering.
Not remembering will. But forgetting, no, I promise you. Just give me 1 hour with Leonardo DiCaprio and his crew. You take a little nappy nap. We'll go into your mind bank. Bro, I've seen it done on TV and in cartoons. Something? I mean, I'm going to suggest something, and then you're going to take it to heart. And then you're going to wake up, and it'll come to fruition. All these things are good. It's circular and around and around.
And around. Let's get these messages.
You say Gestapo. She says gazpacho. Don't get me started.
Oh my god. I know.
Is that Worm in the building? What's going on, brother? Foxy's here. She's driving.
Hello. How are you guys?
What up?
Hey!
Mr. Pete, Mr. John.
What up, my man?
We're driving through the night on our way to Vegas.
Oh shit,
Meet
son.
up with a friend, and then we're gonna make our way to Montana.
Oh shit.
Ass Fox is always on a road trip.
God damn. Montana? That's awesome. What's happening in Montana? Like, I'm down for some. You're going to get there late tonight in Vegas. You're going to spend the night. At least get a good buffet, pull a slot machine.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
do they still have the buffets? Yeah, no, Vegas would.
No.
They'd have it.
I'm sure they have something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And New York doesn't have anything right now. And
yeah, but I feel like Vegas has everything. They're back. Like,
yeah.
I think the buffets are served now. I think there's servers at everyone.
Interesting.
I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I hate that. It's the whole point of a buffet, isn't it?
Yeah,
I want
but it's
this much, and I'm only going to eat this much, but I don't care.
No, but that's the best thing, because if you go to San Manuel, you go to the Indian casinos out here, and there's always the dude running the meat station. He's like, "Is that enough? Nope. Is that enough? Nope. Is that enough? Nope."
Oh, they bring more than just a plate. That's what I was worried about. If they have more, and they're like, "Okay, I'm going to give you this. I'll give you more. I'll give you more." Great.
Well, it's still the buffet. Like they're going to take the plate and move it down, I'm sure.
Oh, they don't give it to you at your table. That's what I was. Sorry.
That's not a buffet.
Yeah, that's not a buffet at all. Like, I'll
that's
have
a
this
restaurant.
And this and this.
No, then,
yeah.
How is that a thing, John? In your weird ginger mind, how is that a thing?
In my mind, I thought that what you were saying is suddenly they had a list of what was in the buffet, and a server came to you and you couldn't get up from your table, and you said, "I'll have these things," and they brought you plates of those things.
You live
like,
in
I want more of that.
Very, very, very unfortunate world. You stay in a cage in your room.
Uh-huh.
They throw water at you and open the windows so you get sun, but also you get a list of if you want your eggs over easy or if you want them scrambled and a muffalata.
I say poached.
Of course you would. You're going to make everything fucking difficult for all the servers. And how is a poached egg going to fit through this cage, John? It's going to break when we shove it through the cage at you.
They have to have a serving bar. They have to have that opening, like the mail slot.
Not in your cage. It's the whole package deal. You're getting the $49.99 with the non-breakfast cage buffet included.
Let's get these messages.
For the record, I hate the fact that my brain makes me forget stuff and people and my grandkids' names and all the things. I have ran into people in places and they obviously know me and I legit have no memory of them whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 it turns out because they did something really fucking horrible to me.
So your brain helped
and they're gaslighting me in my presence because I've surprised them by running into them in public or whatever. I don't forget on purpose, I can tell you that. Forgetting sucks. You're right, Worm. Having a full functioning brain is where it's at.
See, I'm down for full functioning brain, but like, there's especially in college, man. Like that's the thing. Or when I was doing sales out in Long Beach, when I was out here for the first few years, you know, so many people. You go to so many conventions. And half the time, this is my crew. These are the people that I remember. But it was like, "Hey, how's it going? What's up?" So now every time I don't know you, "What's up, man? Oh, dude, brother, I'm so with you." I know, right? It's been a minute. What have you been up to? And so, how's life? How's everybody? Everything? Yes, and yeah, it's like, "Well, my wife, where are you living now? Still the same place? Oh, cool. I forget. where was that? It's been, oh, dude, so nice. And you're trying to place the house. Remember we had the party? The party. That's your house. Okay.
Like, how's the commute these days? You know what?
Right. No, but even then, no, you fucking place the house. You're like, I was at that party. I remember that fucking house. I do not know who owned it. Okay, nice. There was a lot of people there. And like, okay, So it's just you and your wife? Yep. Just now we have a kid. Cool. Shit, how old? Well, it was 6 months. Okay, so pregnant girl who was with a pregnant girl at the party. Okay. No, you do the whole process of elimination. Nothing.
And that's the entire plot of Hangover. There you go.
God damn it. I thought of it first. I've been living it for fucking 10 years, 12 years, 15 years.
He's like, no, we're not even going to spend the night. We're just passing through.
Goddamn.
Going to Vegas because we got to get
a buffet.
Somebody else who's going to help drive, and he's got the rental car. We have to be there by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Great Falls, Montana.
Fuck yeah, dude.
To pick up Freedom Williams from the airplane. And then I believe we get to sleep.
Oh, shit.
No, we have a concert Saturday in Great Falls.
Oh, hell yeah.
Forgetting your fucking kids' names and shit. That's like, who was it, Bill Cosby? He did what is your name, boy? And don't lie to me, because I know where you live. I know who the fuck you are.
That's fucking awesome. Dude,
my mom would go through the list of her children before she got to me because I was the youngest. When she was just upset, and like, Jimmy, Ellen, David, Vicky, no, wait, John.
And by that time, you're like, boing, I'm out of here. Yoing.
I didn't hear my name.
Yeah, I'm going to finish making this pizza, and I'm getting the fuck out of the house before you remember who I am. Dude, so anyone out there, my Foxy Lady, like on their IG, I don't know, John, if you looked at they posted some of their concert footage stuff. Like that's
right on.
I need to look up. Do you guys have a YouTube thing of any like full sets or anything? The first ones the only ones I saw were like backstage. Which is cool. Which was awesome. Like badass. I want to see a set. And I'm not trying to go. To Montana right now. Like me and the Buffalo have a very, very litigious relationship. They say, "You're not welcome." I say, "Buffalo, you know where to roam, and it ain't here."
Well, nobody said anything about a full functional brain here. I mean, just saying, marijuana affects the memory.
Marijuana affects the memory. The less you know.
Oh.
My name.
Done called the fucking dog's name, the cat's name, the parakeet's name.
I've heard that, contrary to how it feels when somebody calls you by someone else's name, hopefully not dead, but that it's because they love you like they love that person. So it totally makes sense when moms do it. And yeah, I think it happens to everybody.
That's what I told myself about when they say someone else's name in bed. Like, they love me just like they love all those other guys, people, neighbor. I got nothing.
Are you guys on Telegram? Pete, send me your Telegram. I will send you tomorrow's set. It's actually going to be pretty cool. We got 2 live crews going to be in the house tomorrow. I've never met them.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. So is it all the fucking OG members of 2 Live Crew? Can't be. Because it's like, oh my God, that was my shit. Some call it Amtrak, some call it the train. Oh, I will. Yeah. I bought the album because it was banned. And my homie hooked me up with it. don't tell your mom I gave you this. I was like 5th grade. I'm like, shh. It was audio tape. Awesome, because everyone had the edited. I heard all of them shits. Yeah, I love those guys. If you're listening, yeah, John, we got to get. How do we have a Telegram? I have a carrier pigeon. I have a smoke signal. I have the guy next door has a horse, and it was like, if you can get someone all the way to Montana with horses, we got a Pony Express happening. I'm going to reinstitute that. That's my first decree if I make it to office, and that's my first declaration. And I will not forget.
You guys are going to be a part of like a live sex show? Dude, the foxes are fucking off the chain.
No, not a live sex show. Not a live sex show. It's not Amsterdam. It's a performance. They're musicians. They're doing bad shit. They're like,
it's a bit.
Yeah,
it's a bit.
It's a bit.
Yeah, it's a positive bit.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, sex show. See, okay, all right. You do their Major Tom. you take the high road. I'll take the low road. We'll meet somewhere. Right,
so I would like to ask you, my boy Pete, in this episode, is there anything that you'd like to take a second look at, a second guess, a second opinion? Just a segment of Pete's Retraction Corner.
Right. So I want you to know the way you say it. Do you want to take a second look at like take another shot at it versus the actual definition? Because the last 2 episodes that we've been doing are definitions that I have not had the real grasp of what they were. Forgetting, didn't know what that was apparently. Ambivalence. I didn't know what that one was. Apparently, I'm getting help from the audience. Anyone out there who's watching will know. However, it's just like a theater mom, and she's like, he's doing all the dance moves with me when I'm auditioning. Smile, keep smiling, and you're dancing. Hit your mark, and you're dancing. But yeah, I didn't know those, and now so my whole thing. If we're talking about Pete's Retraction Corner, I would like to retract anything I said personally about my personal life that anyone inferred or took thought of. This is all character work. I've worked very hard. This is a fake beard, fake hat, fake friend, fake dog, fake place. I'm just a fake boy looking for a fake friend. All of these things not matter. But I would retract that, any singing, and retract any sharing that people might have thought was actually personal to me and might make me not sleep tonight and think about things. And I hate you, John, for getting me canceled, but make me not sleep tonight. I feel like I'm going to drive to Montana. That's going to be my emotional journey. I'm going to be awake all night. Nice. And I regret having you as an engineer. And that is not a retraction.
Before we get to these messages to end the show, sources for this episode of Two Sided have been The Serious, the New York Times, that article, America into Abyss, NPR, The Hill, and for fun, it was Public Medicine, which is pubmed.gov, psychology.spot.com, and Very Well Mind.
And I would also like to add, dispose of used batteries immediately. Risk of injury due to fire, explosion, or leakage. Do not disassemble, charge, crush, or expose to fire at a high temperature. And I feel like we're all learning things. Shout out to batteries.
Tomorrow we got Tone Loc, CNC Music Factory, Tag Team, and 2 Live Crew.
Shut the fuck up.
We're not really performers. We just have media access and backstage passes and all that good stuff. We're videographers and social media types.
Okay.
And Telegram is just an easy way to send really big files. I can't really send it to you in email. Might be able to send it to you on Instagram. You won't be able to do shit.
WeTransfer is also a way to send big files.
And Pee-wee's Big Adventure was one of the best movies I've ever seen. So I feel like there's the trifecta. No, we're going to do a Telegram because John hears something. He's like, this is what we use. We're professionals. We're traveling across the country using this system to transfer files. John's like, have you ever tried WeFiles? I'm in New York. I like things. Like, John, God damn it, man.
WeTransfer. Shout out to WeTransfer.
Shout out to Major Tom's WeTransfer file transfers.
So I'm going into the end, but everybody who's listening right now, we're about to have another show in a couple of minutes. Okay. People just, I don't know. Okay. Hey, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show on stereo every Tuesday, same time as tonight. So if you'd like to join us or want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. And remember to join us in the green room right now. We're doing 15.
And remember, thank you so much if you're watching on that YouTube. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit those alerts because we like all the likes we can get. We hate all the hates, but all press is good press. Hey, come on down. Have a good time. Hit that subscribe. It's all on this part. It's all on that part. I was pointing at things and John reads scripts. I go off the cuff, baby. Subscribe. If you like what you hear and you feared what you've seen, make sure you tune in next time. Or I promise it will haunt you in your dreams and you will not be able to forget.
And our green room show is starting in a couple of minutes, 15 after the hour for our after show wind down. That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete, and I'm just shocked and appalled of the show we've put out tonight. I'd like to apologize to everyone. I'd like to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Cristo, who actually sold me a car stereo. It was Jesus. We call him Jesus. Hey, Jesus. Anyway.
And this was our show. Join us again live on the Stereo app next and every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun and the serious, here on Two Sided. I love you, Pete.
I'm a fan of yours, John, but I feel can't hear it. I can talk over this. Great. Still, I can talk over this. Fucking Christianity will not hate me anymore. I can't do. I'm not anti-Christian. I made jokes. Fuck you, John. Get your stereo right.